Amazing. Nice day.
I've never met him. I'd love to visit.
Burn?
Poles.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you.
I hear the restaurant scene is killer.
Big swing and a miss from Jared Young. Red Sox lead 1-0. Luke Shelby, Jim DeShays, Taylor McGregor, Sloan Park here in Mesa. JD, one thing we were talking about as we were going to the break about pitcher preparedness, and then also just sort of the domino of roster effect. There is anticipation, I would say, throughout the league that to begin the year, the roster size will be larger than 26. Talking to some people, I feel pretty confident that the league right now, there's nothing firm, but they're looking at ways to add roster spots early in the season. Not totally clear how it'll shake out, but they're discussing it at the moment. So maybe, you go 2 extra guys for the first week, an extra guy for the first, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I anticipate. I'm kind of surprised they haven't gotten to that point yet. Presumably by opening day, that will be the case.
Yeah.
Part of the new CBA caps pitchers on the roster at 13. But again, I think early on they may expand that a little bit, create a taxi squad, whatever, just to protect arms.
Yeah, no doubt about it. T-Mac, what do you got?
Pitcher preparedness. I thought it was interesting how Tommy Hotovy said these days guys come in and they're throwing their entire repertoire day one. Where it used to be, JD, probably when you were playing, you come in, like you mentioned, Nolan Ryan, just working on a curveball to begin with. So these guys, pitchers especially, are already ahead of the curve in comparison to when you were playing, right?
I think so, yeah. And since the game has changed and become more bullpen focused than it was many years ago, again, I think starting pitchers are not tasked with being ready to throw 100 pitches. Certainly not out of the gate. I mean, they rarely do it over the course of the regular season. So if you can get a guy, if you feel comfortable that a guy can go out there and give you 80 pitches the first couple outings of the year, and if it's efficient, then he's going to be able to get you into the 6th inning. So that will look like normal baseball, but there will be games early on. There's a steady supply of bullpen guys.
Pete Crow Armstrong swinging through that one, so a punch out at his spring debut, and we're going to Chase Strump, Craig Driver, and Kyle Hendricks having a chat. Jan Gomes over there as well. Craig Driver moving from the first base coach spot. He's been replaced by Mike Napoli, and Driver will be involved more in the catching, the game planning, especially in part with the departure of Mike Borzello. So,
and that's indicative of the modern game right there. The chat we have in the dugout. Hendricks, Gomes, Tommy Hotovy, Craig Driver, 4 guys breaking down a 2-inning outing. I mean, having deep conversations. I mean, back in the day, it was like, all right, go get your running in, kid. And again, Hendricks is so cerebral and he loves feedback. So I think maybe these conversations are more likely to take place with Kyle than maybe some others.
Tommy Hotovy. Bonus strike to Chase Strump, the 24-year-old, second-round pick out of UCLA back in 19. Last year got a chance to play between A and AA. Just turned 24, March 8th. Fire up a happy belated birthday.
Sure.
Bounce to short. Mendick takes it in.
March 8th, University of Ali Frazier won, I believe. Wow. One of the Ali Frazier fights.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.